Hi, I'm John Edwards, and this is A View from the Pew. Today's first reading is all about time. If you didn't pick that up, you must not have read it because they said it about 100 times. And the thing is, there's two main points I want to make on this today. And the first one is in the very first sentence. It says, there's an appointed time for everything. Right? That's why they go on for the rest of the passage saying, there's a time for this, a time for that, a time for this, a time for that, a time for this, a time for that. They want us to understand that God works on his time, not ours. That God has a plan for our lives, that there's an appointed time for everything, for suffering, for joy, for happiness, for loss, for love. God has everything in our unique and individual lives planned out. No matter how hard we want to control it or we want things done on our time. You know, how many times have you gotten mad because a prayer wasn't answered when you wanted it to? Or maybe something wasn't done or didn't happen when you wanted it to. But it's not about that. We're not in control. God is. And the sooner we can surrender that over, the happier our lives are going to be. I mean, it goes on to say at the end of the reading, I have considered the task that God has appointed for the sons of men to be busied about. He has made everything appropriate to its time and has put the timeless into their hearts without man's ever discovering from beginning to end the work which God has done. You may think that God is not at work in your life and he hasn't been in a long time, but that's not the truth. Just because it hasn't happened on your timeline doesn't mean that God hasn't been working wonderful things in your life. You just have to open your eyes, learn to look for it, be okay with the fact that it may not be on your schedule or on your timeline or in your iPhone calendar. But just know that God is always behind the scenes working for your good. And when you come to grips with that, you can live a peaceful and happy and joy-filled life. Thanks for your time. God bless.